oh, say, can you see by the dawn?
No, no, it's
Oh, say, am I okay? Oh, say, can you see?
that's right. Now, when you say, "Oh, say, can you see?" You see, I'm retaining the space in the back. You don't change the space because you're changing vowels. Okay, you stay with a big oh, oh, say, can you see?
See.
You see, it sounds bigger.
Okay.
That's right.
Oh, say, can you see?
Okay, but now it's talking about, okay. Still place it in the front of the face though. Okay, it is good, but place it in the front. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, say, can you see? Keep going.
Yeah.
By the dawn's early light.
So when you say by the, I don't know what it says. I've never learned because it's not my. I have two nationalities, by the way. I am Mexican Argentinian, and I don't know the Argentinian, so don't expect me to know this one.
Hey,
Okay.
no worries, no worries.
So okay, so by when you say the y of I
By the dawn.
by
Bye, bye,
exactly. So you close it by.
bye.
When you're going by, you gotta go by.
So I'm closing it too much, you're saying.
Yes, you gotta go by. Eh. By.
By the dawn's early light. Okay, okay, I feel that too. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glare, the bombs bursting in air,
Okay, stop.
gave.
Go from the part where you go high. Like, that part.
Okay, let me pull up the. So that would be. And the rockets ran glare.
Okay, it says. Can you read me the lyrics?
And the rockets red glare.
Okay, when you say rocket, it sounds almost like if you were gonna say the rocket kiss. Okay,
Rockets. Okay.
so you have to change it for a or a. I'm, I'm the rock. Can you read it?
The rockets and the rockets red glare.
No, no, the melody.
Oh. And the rockets red glare.
And the rockets. You see that? Instead of and the rockets, and the rockets.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. And the rockets red glare.
That's better, but make it brighter. And the rocket, and the rockets now.
And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Can you read me the lyric there?
Yep. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Okay, when you say bursting, you gotta say it like it's like the Bon Jovi song because it actually says the same word, burst. When you say burst, like the Gibson burst, which is awesome. You have to say it like burst, like when you're saying a burst from a song.
Okay. Why? Because
Okay,
I'm over pronouncing the B. You're saying?
and the T, and you're saying b instead of b.
Okay, so it'd be the bombs bombs burst.
You see,
The bomb.
boo. You see how it drops you? Boo.
Oh.
You gotta say bet.
The bombs bursting out. Oh, wait. And
Okay,
the
go.
rockets right glad. The bombs bursting out.
On of this. And the rocket on the verse. Just say verse. Like it's a verse.
The bomb burst.
But don't
Sorry, what?
stop smiling.
Okay.
And the verse.
And the rockets rang out. The bombs
Okay.
bursting.
My computer just turned on, thankfully. And now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into the lyrics so I can actually read them and see exactly what you're saying.
Okay, cool.
Because sometimes when you say it, that's the language version. Sometimes when you say something, I'm like, I don't know exactly what he said. So
Okay.
I wait for a second, okay? But say, oh, there it is. And by the way, I'll try to get in here.
Okay,
So
cool.
if you see me, if you hear a mess, you know why. Sound wise, I mean.
All good.
Okay. So what is going on? Okay, now.
Anthem, yeah.
Yes.
Or the Star Spangled Banner. They're the same thing.
Yes. National Anthem, USA. There you go. The Star Spangled Banner. I didn't know that. Good to know. So, I'm about getting. Sorry, I'm old. Because I actually had surgery because when COVID hit, I got cataracts in both eyes.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was COVID's fault, by the way.
Dang.
Yeah, it's terrible. You were lucky because you were younger.
Yeah, it's.
Yes. So what's going on with it? Okay, so yours is at 4, so this is yours. I'm gonna change it now. Sorry for doing that.
All good.
So now
Okay, cool.
I'm back, and that's taking notes. Okay, I was like, who's that? And okay, changing audio settings. This is the speaker that I'm using today. Today's a little messy, so.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, there it is. So, national anthem. That's where we were.
Mm-hmm. At the.
So it says Francis Scott, blah 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 blah. Paul said, "Can you see one on the shore dimly see?" Is that prior or afterward?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we
Yes.
held by the twilight's last gleaming? Whose broad
Okay.
stars and broad stripes?
Oh, there. On the rockets red glare.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. The bumps bursting in air. Okay, yeah. You're gonna say the bumps bursten. Okay, let me write this down. By the way, I'm gonna give you a site which is gonna save you a lot of time with this. Okay, just in a second. Okay.
Sweet.
But just for the purpose of this part, the bombs version and air. That's how you're gonna say it. Now, here's the website that I want to share with you because this thing is amazing. I don't know if I already shared it to you last week.
Does it do all the vowel mods for a song?
Yeah, and all the consonant substitution.
Dude,
it's amazing, and it's from a student. It's actually from a student
in Ken Tamplin Academy.
Yeah. It's a
wow.
student of mine.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it saves a lot of time, and you will still learn because you will have to read it, and then you will have to match like, oh, this rhymes with this, so it makes sense. So this is the actual vowel amount of this. And it'll make sense. You still have to practice, but make it conscious, obviously.
Okay, sweet. So, let's see. And the rockets regular, the diamond the singing air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh,
Hey, go back to the proof. Sorry. Go back to proof.
gave proof through the night.
Stop there. Get proof. Or what I said again? Can you repeat it?
Gave proof through the night that our
No. I have the lyric, the melody. It's just that I get mad.
proof through the night.
Okay, so it says, and the rockets gave proof. Right there. Gave proof. You gotta say gave.
Gave
Proof. You gotta say proof.
proof. Gave proof through the night.
Night. You gotta say night. Night. Every A-E, you're gonna change it for A-E.
Gave proof through the night.
Gave proof through the night.
Gave proof through the night. Okay.
That our flag was, or what is it?
That our flag was still there.
That's
oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, when you say over the land of the free, when you say free, you're already covering it, but I want you to make it more forward. Over the land of the free.
Oh, the land of the free.
Exactly. You see, make it forward, and it sounds a lot better. You feel that?
I think so. I think maybe I was overpronouncing the F and keeping it back. You're saying then? Like
No, what you're doing is basically, yeah, you kept it in the back like free like this, you know? Like you're basically covering it too much, and then there's not enough brightness in the front. So it goes free. It's a little dangerous in another type of song. So you gotta go. Na, 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 free.
okay.
And it sounds more powerful.
Oh, the land of the free.
Right. You see it? That right?
Free and the home of the brave.
Now, when you say the and the brave, you can make it so much bigger. Okay? You go, and the home. Right there, when I say home, I say like thinking love. So just watch it, okay? So this is what I want you to think when you do this stuff, okay? I'm gonna say on the love instead of on the home. And the love. You see, it's big.
Mm-hmm.
And now, and the home. You see how that's how I make it big. I use that vowel as a platform, and then I get in home, and I push the lips out. Okay, to say home. Okay, so now, and the home of the brave. What I'm trying to show you is that the vowel that I was using for the whole thing. Sorry for the mess back there. uh, it's I'm just trying to find the light. Uh, what I'm trying to say here is that the vowel that I use that is the biggest one in the whole phrase, that's the one I use for the rest. So, for instance, and the home of the brave, instead of and the home of the brave. You see how it choked it a little bit.
Yeah.
Nobody and nobody will tell, but they will tell. It sounds better when you do it like that. Right? Like, because you hear it and you're like, that sounds bigger. How does he make it bigger? Right? So the only thing I'm doing is I'm respecting the space of the vowel that works. Think about this for a second, okay? And I know this is kind of like, it sounds like rocket science a little bit, but it is not. Okay? So you'll get used to it. I don't think about this stuff right now. But if you think about this, when you say on the home, I'm using love, okay? What is the first vowel not of E?
Of A?
Of E, like EH.
E, and then 8, right?
No. That's for E. But I'm saying E, like lead.
Is it E?
It's love.
And
then 8. So you go
okay.
So we are kind of like in our mid range, right? When we do the high note. So think about this. And the home of, which is O again, so it's love, and then the, which is a little bit changed, but you can use love, and then brave, or A. So you see, you can use love for all of them. So you go, and the home of the brave. You see that?
Yeah. And the home of the brave.
How it feels in the back different. Now sing it as you would.
And the home of the brave. That's how I was singing it before. And so then this would be, and the home of the brave.
You see how in the back, how does it feel in the back? It feels like it stays stable. You're not doing this movement, right? Like, it's just like, oh,
yeah.
That's it.
And
right?
especially even in my mouth, I feel like it changes how much my mouth opens and widens too.
Exactly, because whatever happens here, I mean, it is not supposed to do that. But right now, you're doing everything here. What happens here changes the back of the throat. Okay? What you're supposed to do is that you retain the space as less movement as possible, and you disguise it with the lips. So you go, and the home of the brave. You see? But now, if you want to make it more like just one shape, and the home of the brave. You see? It depends on how you want to do it. But in the end, the space in the back is the same, but the lips change. Okay? So try to retain this and do the vowels with the lips, but not with the back.
Okay. So I should change the vowels now, just to try it a little bit.
Just try moving this and not moving this.
And
so that is good, but it sounds a little slurred, like if you were a little drunk, like on the home of the brave. No, it's kind of like that, but it's on the home of the brave. Like, still give the. I mean, you're not in a dangerous zone, okay? You're just getting the passaggio. Probably. Okay. Where's my guitar? Yeah. You're in you're in an F. You haven't even crossed the passaggio. Okay? So you can go, and the home of the brave, our love, and you feel really comfortable. Okay?
And the home of the brave.
You see how much you can make it bigger just by doing that. Okay? Just respecting the space in the back and making movements here so everybody thinks you actually said the word. Okay?
Okay.
That's the idea. So now, sing it again.
Whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Can you give me a what was that beat that we were doing? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Don't go bye. Don't get froggy. Say bye to the front.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Through. When you say through, say throw, like throwing away.
Through the peril.
But don't make it explicit. Just go through
The perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets.
And you see that you said and the rockets?
Yeah. And it's
and the
Rockets. Okay. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Do you like The Calling for by any chance?
The Calling?
The Calling? Do you know that band?
No, I
don't.
The
one that was, if I could, I would, or whatever. Oh, you kind of sound a little bit like him when you do that line. But anyway, it's not something bad like in terms of that it sounds bad, but technically it sounds like you're like doing this a little bit. Okay, so make sure you're staying in this Zorro mask. Okay, and you go. Okay, hold on. And again. And the rockets regular. The bombs bursting.
And the rockets red, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air.
No. So here's the deal, and this is. I mean, it doesn't sound bad how you do it, but if you keep doing that, you're gonna get caught up in other songs. And in this song, you can sound so much better in that part. Okay, so you go. So it's like this. I'm gonna copy the whole thing. Okay. The first thing you have to look for. Okay, let me chop this and go here, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in the air. So that's the first thing you have to do. You have to separate it and go, okay, this is the part. So now, on the rockets, you go, on the rockets, that's the highest pitch of the melody, okay? So now, I'm going to copy this. And, oh, come on. And the rockets, red, glare, so red and glare are the same vowel. And the same accent. So I'm going to do this. The bombs burst and air. Yeah. The first thing you see is the accent in red. Okay? I know it's a 2 dot there, but it's supposed to be an accent. It's just to mention that that's the highest pitch of the melody. Okay? Now, Breathe it in and think in red when you breathe in.
Breathe it in when I'm thinking red.
Yeah, when you no, you're gonna breathe it in, thinking in the red glare, as if you were only gonna sing that.
Oh, okay. And the rockets regular.
You know, difference. So different.
Okay,
Did
okay.
you notice that, or you're like, I don't know what he's talking about?
I'm sure I'll have to listen back to it to really
Okay,
like.
so you're okay. Sing it again as you would.
And the rockets regular.
See, you're regular. You're stretching a little bit to get to the note. Run the rockets, get regular. You go like this. Okay, and this is why you sound rocket regular. Okay, but now think on red when you read.
Okay. And the rockets regular.
Way different. Did you notice that?
Now I can kind of feel that, yeah.
Okay. So it's because this is something that everybody has to do. You have to think on the highest pitch of the melody because, and in the vowel it's there. So everything opens up to that vowel. And the rockets regular, and it doesn't sound like you're reaching it, but like so big. You know, like all this beefness, and they're like, where is this coming from? You know, like people is gonna ask that. You know, exactly. And instead of watch me, I'm gonna sing it from the lowest. And the rocket red glare. See, I had to rasp it because I had to push it in. And the rocket red glare. You might think it sounds cool. It sounds like Guns N' Roses, whatever, but it is not technical wise. Okay? So you go, and the rockets regular. It sounds, you see, the walls will tremble, man. You know? And like that's what you want. Like, you know, so that's what you want. You want the people to think like, man, this guy got a voice. Not like, oh, he can achieve some high notes. That doesn't matter. Like if you get like a needle there, like, okay, yeah, he has a Mickey Mouse voice, but he gets there, you know. No. They want to hear the big voice. They're gonna say, this guy's got pipes.
Oh, okay. Come on, that's what I'm going for.
You see, that's what I'm saying. So just put yourself there and go. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air. Oh, na. You see, it just sounds so much bigger.
Okay.
Try it.
Okay. And the rockets regular, along the sea, yea, prove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
And now that we're there, that's your highest pitch of the melody. So you go. Oh, you see how I made it bigger? I don't know the I don't know the lyrics. I don't know that, but that is, you have to focus on what is coming, even if it's a long melody, or you have to take a breath in between. You have to look at that because that one has to shine.
Okay.
And then
I started too low.
Was that?
I started too low, and then that.
Yeah, you were like, oh, so it sounds nice, but if you go, you see, sound, it just spreads the sound a lot more because everything is open for that note. So all your body is preparing the whole melody for that moment.
Okay.
So does that make sense? So every line has to be like that. So because every line, every time you take a breath, every breath you take, like the song, you are you're gonna do it as best as you can. Not just like, oh, down, 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 oh, I want to get to this high part. No, every part has a high part. You see?
So this is what we were talking about in our last lessons about starting at the highest pitch, and then kind of, it sounds like if you can, starting like at that highest pitch is going to have a certain position of the throat, so you have to start there and then come in.
Exactly. So for instance,
Okay.
let me try to read it for a second. So, and the rockets, hold on, and the rockets regular, the heavens burst in air, yeah, proof through the night that our flag was still there. I don't know. And then, oh, say does the star spangled. I don't know how that goes. Is it right? Oh, say does the star spangled banner yet wave. I don't know. Over the land. No, I don't know. How can you read that?
Oh, say does that star spangled banner yet
Okay, you see that banner? You see, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. So you gotta go, oh, say does the star-spangled banner. You see?
Okay.
You have to be in banner.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave.
Now, you're doing good, but the only thing is that you're going, oh, say la 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 la. No, put it in the front and prepare so the movement comes to the back when you get to the high note, because that's the vowel mark. Okay, so you go, oh, say, so you're thinking banner, right? You go banner, right? So you go, oh, say does that spangled banner yet wave. You see, so you stay like this and you. So read it like, oh, na 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 na, but think banner as you're gonna do it like that big. Okay.
And when you're saying think banner, are you think of the vowel mod or the pitch?
I'm thinking of the vowel mod and in the pitch. I'm going, I'm thinking in that.
Say does that star spangled wave, oh, the land of the free and the
You see, if you prefer every single line, you take a breath and you're like, okay, I'm going to read this thing, I'm going to put the accent, yes, I'm going to use the vowel mods, I'm going to make it free, and I'm going to make it frontal. Even though I'm going, you see, I went, like, it feels like this. Right?
Okay.
It's not like free, right? It doesn't, it sounds kind of nice, but it doesn't project the sound. Okay, it darkens it actually. So you need to have these. This thing is, by the way, this thing that we're doing here in our contemporary singing, it comes from bel canto, which is called chiaroscuro or claroscuro. If you know what that is, it means bright and dark, which is kind of like the midpoint. So you don't sound like or okay. So you're finding the sweet spot between the darkness and brightness, because you have the darkness of the space and the brightness of the face. Okay. I know it rhymes, but it's but it makes sense, right? So I go, so I don't sound over the land of the free right? Sounds weird. And
Yeah.
over the line, over the free, right? It changes the timbre of what I'm singing, right? So I go over the land of the free.
Oh, I hear
You
that.
see?
Yeah.
And it makes the space, it makes it big, and I keep the same timbre of what I was singing below the passaggio.
Okay. Okay. So.
So what you have to work, and by the way, this is what Ken teaches when he does la. You see that he does this or la, all these things that makes it sound so big, and because in the mid range you need to have this big space, and then you're gonna funnel up in the end. You see the singers. There are singers that sound like a needle. Another sounds really big, but
Yeah.
it's all in the mid range because in the end they all have to funnel up. They have to go and go to the high note like a needle again. But in the mid range is what is going to tell you if the guy has a big voice or not. So for instance, you hear Whitney Houston, you hear like the big voice. You hear I don't know. Well, you like rock and roll, so David Coverdale. I don't know if you know him. He had a big voice in the mid range, okay, and then he would get even higher, like heavy metal again, or Ronnie James Dio, okay.
And when you say
Can't
big,
sample.
when you say big voice, you're not talking about when it's like
No,
dark.
no, 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 because like, think of Ken Tamplin, okay. When he's singing, there's a part of his range that sounds, and then he goes and goes really, really thin, okay. I mean, he can stretch that up, but there's a part in the middle that sounds like really beefy. Like I don't know, think of Foo Fighters. Like what if I say I'm not like the others, right? Like sounds like huge in the record, right? So but then there are people that have like bigger range and it just keeps going and going and going and hitting higher and higher notes. I know Dave Grohl has a kind of like a more limited part range in that area, right? So I want you to think of it like Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Cornell is the best example of the middle sounding huge and then going to the high notes in the top, like in Temple of the Dog or in Soundgarden or Audioslave. Like I don't know when he sings or when we stand all that you can do or the other one in your heart I long to be right. So that's but I mean he could go even higher and funnel up, right? So that's what I mean. Like that part of the range has to sound like huge, you know. So that's what I mean. And I know, like right now, I might be exaggerating it. I've never sung this song. I would need to record myself and see, like, okay, this works or this not. But what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to explain to you is that you have to get that part beefy every time you get to the high note.
Okay,
Okay.
and that's done by starting with the high pitch and the position that you are ready for the vowel mod then when it comes.
Exactly. So you go and on the line, I'm there. You see, this is why I'm putting the note here, or even though I'm here on the line, over the line, but I'm already there. You see? That's the problem. You gotta go over the line, but I'm already here. Over the land of the free, or over the land of the free. You see, I couldn't beefy it up because that section, when you do the yawn, it allows you to do that movement. So it depends on how big you want to make it and how big is your voice because you've trained it. Okay. So you don't have to go right. Like you don't have to do it that way. I mean, I know it sounds funny, maybe, but you want it to sound huge.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to go back through that and just keep practicing. I'm going to listen to this. It sounds like there was definitely like a few parts that were more trouble areas. So I'm just going to keep working on those.
Yeah. Sing it to me again. One more time.
Okay.
Oh, say, can you see?
Oh, Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's
Watch
early,
that. Boy, bye. Put it in the front.
by the dawn's early light, what so roundly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes
When you say gleaming, sorry, when you say gleaming, try lemon. Lemon.
At the twilight
Yeah, go.
last gleaming.
No. Okay, from oh, say, can you see? From the.
By the dawn's early light.
You're going too big and by. You go by like that. You're gonna control it. Make it thinner and go by da 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 da.
By the dawn's early light, what so roundly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Stop. When you say through, guess why do you have to say through? Because if I want you to say through again. Through.
Through.
See how it goes to the back? Through. That's the problem. Okay, so you gotta go
through the dawn.
See, it goes directly to the front, even if it's making space. So now you have to do it fast. Nobody hears throw. You go
okay.
Through the na 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 na. Fast. Through
the dawn. Through the last fight.
Let me read that part.
Huh?
Let me read that part because I okay, whose broad stripes and bright stars, or where are you at?
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
perilous fight. Through the perilous fight.
Through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, yea, through the night, that our flag was still there.
Okay, when you say that, okay, everything there was really good. But after gave proof, gave proof through the. Go from there.
Yea, proof through the night that our flag was still there.
That don't make it that big. Still there, but just go. That our flag was still there.
That our flag was still there.
When you're going to a low note, place it more in the mask, because that way you won't go sound like right, like, and you will lose that brightness. So you gotta go and the na instead of na.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So do it.
What's the line again? I forgot which one we were on.
So gave proof. Gave proof. Gave proof.
Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
You're still opening the soft palate. That's why you were like. So go. Gave proof. So that's with the soft palate elevated. Gave proof through the night. Stay here in the front, and then that our flag was still there. You see?
Gave proof through the night land of light was still there. Oh, say does that star's veil that I had wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, it definitely sounds a lot better. A lot better. Okay? So now when you say, oh, say the stars spangled banner, banner of praise. Whatever it is, I got messed up there. And then, over the land. Make it more bright so when you get to the free, it's easier. Over the land of love, love, love. So you go over the land of love, the free.
La 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 of the
When you say of that thing, literally say love, love, the free. Love, 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 free.
Oh,
See, you cannot control it because you have more space and brightness. Okay? So go over the land, love, 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 free. And there is where you modify.
Oh, the land,
And send it to them. And throw it away. Free. You see, you're supposed to. It's almost like a shout, but comfortable. So you go over the land of the free. You're going that's why it's uncomfortable because you go You gotta go love, love over the land of the free.
La 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 la.
Now say it or say the words.
Or the land of free.
Yes, but more forward. Say B.
B.
Okay, so instead of saying free, say B for now. Over the land of the bee.
Or the land of the bee.
Now say explode it for now just to get the brightness.
Or the land of the bee.
You feel it here, but don't push it. Just go over the land of the bee.
Or the land of the bee.
A lot better. I want you to make the pause, literally. Over the land of the bee.
Or the land of the bee.
Where you felt that, that's it. Okay? So go over the land of the bee.
Or the land of the bee.
Exactly. Now over the land of the free.
Over the land of the free.
You see, it's more forward.
Over the land of the free.
But don't push it. Don't push it. Let the consonant do the job. At first, as a workout, just go beep 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 beep.
Beep 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 beep. I feel like it's sometimes it's kind of darker and sometimes it's really bright in there. Yeah.
Exactly. So you gotta look for that beep 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 beep.
Beep 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 beep.
If you have to shout that, how would you do it in there?
Shout. Wait, what do you mean?
Like, call on someone.
Beep, beep,
But here, beep.
beep, beep, beep.
Exactly. Right there. You
Beep.
do it with the nose and then on the cheekbone. So
Beep.
right there. Over the land of the free.
Oh, the land of the free.
That sounds better. That sounds a lot better, but I want you to work on that. Okay?
Okay.
So it sounds bigger.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna.
And
the home of the brave.
I want you to have forwardness like a laser beam, constant laser beam. So when you do that, I want you to think of and the home. When I say home, I don't just go love. I go and the home of. I'm throwing a laser beam. Have a, I don't know. You probably have some kind of a picture there or something, and you go and the love on the home of the brave. You see that when you probably took vocal lessons at some point. I can't recall if you told me you did. But anyway, usually when you go to vocal lessons, at some point they tell you, the teacher always tells you, sing to the last guy of the audience. Okay, like, you know, like, see, so he can hear you, and that's what they mean. You know, okay, like the projection.
Okay.
Like you have to sing for the last one, not for the one that's in front of you. So look at the picture that you have at home, probably your room or dots or whatever you have there. Really, you don't have a picture, and just go and the land of